I'm sorry. Before we end the stream, I have to. What's it called? By the way, I don't know if Big Pimpin's still here, but if Celza made this video, why did I like? Am I like not subbed to him, or did he not post it? Celza, where's this video? Where's this Gumblar? Oh, it's privated. Okay. Can I get the link, please? I don't care about the whole Yu-Gi-Oh is dying, or because I never made that argument. I just made the argument that Yu-Gi-Oh's dead in 2020. I need to hear this. I need to hear this Gumblar argument. And I need something new. I made it. Post a, what's it called? You can't, is it private or on? I hardly ever use those. Just private it so we can like watch it. Have I seen this clip? No, and why are you spamming this? I don't know if it's from Twitch or not. Okay, apparently it is from Twitch.
My friend, XQC, keeps having romantic dreams where he's intimate with giant bug women. Do you know what this might mean? So just so you know, every time I look at a dream, I'm listening for the word play, for the symbolism. So bug woman. I would wonder if XQC is bugged by women, or if there was a woman in particular that he was drawn to that also bugged him, was irritating to him,
500
that got on his nerves. So my friend...
I mean, okay, I guess. I don't know that that's applicable to me. Like, Celza says I posted it publicly. Like, right now? Ah, here we go. Did pop up. Let's see. Actually, just one thing I want to check. NBA scores. The Wizards lost. So, rip, rest in peace. Alright, Lakers lost to the Raptors. Could be trouble in paradise. All right, let's just.
Before I get into the video, I do want to clarify that this is not to hate on Cap. It's not to say Cap's dumb, Cap's stupid, Cap's, you know, every slur in the book. This is really just to have a fun discussion and give my points as to why Gumblar should be banned. And I will show some clips that are not really detailed, and I'll go into detail after I show the clips, because it was just too much to kind of start from scratch and just not use the
drama with
to kind of elaborate on. So I'll show the clips, I'll elaborate on it, and then after the video I can, you know, see.
Oh, are the clips me talking? I thought the clips were, are the clips gameplay or me talking?
Kind of go back and forth in chat. So without further ado, let's get into the video. We're arguing about Gumblar. That conversation was so garbage. But like the Gumblar argument, like like he was making up stupid rules. Like he was like making all these conditions. Like he banned Assault, which like is Assault really getting banned? If anything, it was getting banned in like 2018. It's definitely not getting banned now. Like Inferno
is it ban worthy?
For like Assault to get banned. If it wasn't getting banned that year, it's definitely not getting banned this year. Like, Goki's way stronger. So, like, Inferno. I don't want to say that your point was invalid about, you know, banning Link Cross, banning, you know, Needle Fiber, but when you went the extra step of banning Isold, it was kind of like you were using Isold and taking it out just to kind of fit your argument. Like, we all know that Gumblar originated from the Isold Goki combos with the PKs. So,
okay, but here's the thing. That this is not something new. I've consistently said that Isold is a ban-worthy card, chat. I think I've said this before. Let me push back on what Celza is saying. This is not. Do you guys think that me wanting Isold banned is new? Or do you guys feel like that's something that I've said before? I feel like I've said that before, but it's not banned. GG. I understand that. I'm talking about in a hypothetical. It's not new. No, it's not. I've said Isold is a ban. See, you guys don't actually watch my videos anymore. That's the difference. So like you guys don't understand when I've been saying something consistently for months and months. Like you guys don't don't hear it because you guys don't actually watch my videos. Like I've been saying, like, okay, I've said Needle Fiber should have never came out. Link Cross is already banned in the OCG, and I've said for years, like, ISOD is like this fucking broken card that we all forgot is just ban worthy. And yeah, I understand, you know, Gokis or whatever aren't that strong now, but it's not just Gokis. It's like any deck that's just a Neo Space connector into ISOD deck. I mean, this can just be the new Noble Knights, chat. Like, y'all about to find out how fucking powerful that deck is. It's just another ISOD deck, by the way, that makes a bunch of negates and stuff.
To take this out and say that, oh, we can't.
And if you're leaning on I need ISOD as a crutch to make Gumblar, if you're also leaning on I need ISOD as a crutch to like make Gumblar good, then you're not really disproving the whole. Again, all I said, chat, is just give me 3 cards. Break Gumblar, just give me 3 cards. That's it. I'm not asking for 50 cards, just 3. Break Gumblar with 3 cards.
Our point kind of makes your point invalid.
Okay.
And I get it. We want to ban Needle Fiber. We want to ban Link Cross because they're probably going to get banned sooner or later. But to ban ISOD, it just goes against your whole argument of, oh, we're going to ban these certain cards because they're eventually going to get banned. So you have to further prove that this card is going to be broken and different.
So, okay, fair enough. You're now, all right, Celza, you're now arguing that you do not believe it is likely that ISOD will get banned in the future. Do you really believe that? I feel like ISOD is terrible design. And considering that Warriors are just objectively top 2 types in all of Yu-Gi-Oh!, you really don't think ISOD's gonna get banned eventually? I mean, I would look at something like Heavy Metaphors Electromite, and like I feel like, yeah, ISOD is gonna eventually get banned. Chat, what says you, chat? Do you guys believe that ISOD will get banned within the next 2 or 3 years? I'll say it's 3rd, top 2, it's top 1. I mean, no, Madoche is top 2. No, really? You guys don't think ISOD will get banned? Oh, okay, fair enough. I guess you guys think that Warriors are just gonna suck for like, okay, just wait. 2021, there'll be some new Warrior deck. Yes, it will. To me, I don't even think it's a question. Like, this is very similar to like Ancient Fairy Dragon. Like, ISOD's gonna get fucking banned. Like, ISOD will get banned, and I think this part of your argument will
never. It should have never been banned. So you know all of his conditions that he was saying, like, oh, assume that the Fiber, the Link Cross is gonna get banned on the same ban list. Like, that's not really, that's not realistically happening.
Okay.
So even then, Needle Fiber, Link Cross, and Gumblar would have been in the same format, regardless. So his argument is invalid for not just for it being.
Unless, hold on, unless, okay. So you're saying that Needle Fiber, Link Cross, and Gumblar would have been in the same format, unless we have the crazy idea of maybe what I said earlier in the stream, chat. Did I not say earlier, Needle Fiber should have never came to the TCG ever? Did I or did not? We can't debate what actually happened, because we know what actually happened. Needle Fiber did come to the TCG. But have I or have I not consistently said Needle Fiber should have never came to the TCG? So you're saying that we should have, like, we would have eventually had it in the same in the same format. Like, we would have had all 3 of those cards together. But what I'm saying is, like, no, we wouldn't have. Because, like, ideally, Needle Fiber should have just never came to the TCG, like, ever. But it did. I mean, I get that. This is all hypothetical. Like, Celza, I don't know. It feels like you're misclassifying my argument. And again, this is not new. We just talked about earlier on this stream. I've been saying Needle Fiber should have never came to the, like years ago, chat. Like, this is not new.
3 cards for us to prove his point. But it doesn't even matter if he banned those cards. Those cards would have existed in the same format if it never would have been banned. It also would have existed in other formats. It would have been legal with Orcus Lunas, striker orcas, which can draw like a whole bunch of cards. And like on top of that, could have like Gumblarred you for like 4. Which would have made the mirror match even more cancer than it already was.
Let's see. Would it have been good in Luna Light? I mean, I guess it, yeah, I guess it could have been okay in Luna Light. Why are we, this is Celza chat. I mean, fair enough. I guess it could have been okay in Luna Light. How are you triggering it on the players, on theirs? I mean, I guess, is it just all IP Masquerena, I guess?
And then on top of that,
I'm not buying the whole Scott.
Even with his conditions.
Yep.
Gabe came in chat and he literally showed him that you can Gumblar and have negate. And he.
This is true, chat. This is 100% true. Gabe came in the stream and said, if I open Tour Guide, it's a 1-card Gumblar. He did not explain. He did not. Dingirsu. Okay. Let's go on with Gabe, because, I mean, you guys were just shilling for that dude. He said, if I open Tour Guide, it's a 1-card Gumblar. I don't know what else. He basically said, I have to go into, I guess, Carbonegon or Carbonite. You guys know the card, right? So, the thing is, I don't know why we all just didn't question, like, okay, but what if you don't open, like, Tour Guide? Or what if you aren't able to get that card off? What does the rest of your deck do? I mean, do we just not question something because someone says it, or do we just accept it because he like won a YCS? Like I don't understand that. I explained in the clip. I mean, it just kind of feels like we're assuming everything goes perfectly well.
He was like, "Nah, I'm done with this argument." Like he knew he was wrong, and he knew that like
I agree. I'm totally wrong. If you open Tour Guide every game and you're able to just get that play off, like I am wrong at that point.
That his point was proven wrong, and he still was like,
it was proven wrong. Proven wrong. What is the fact that get proved? We open them every play. Okay, fair enough. I really don't understand that, chat. Like, so right now, before we even go on, what is the fact that Gabe proved? Because for me to be proven wrong, he has to give, like, the reason that I said I'm done is because no one wanted to listen to my argument. And then Gabe was like, well, I'm just stating facts. Motherfucker, what facts? And then you guys were all like, he's right. So I honestly just felt like you guys were, I don't know if you were starstruck or what, but I don't really give a fuck who Gabe is. You ain't no different than these motherfuckers on the stream. Like, anyone can say something. Can you prove it? Like, what was the actual fact? I questioned what fact he was saying, and it was like I wasn't getting an answer. So I was like, well, shit, this is just running my head into a brick wall. Is Gabe Nemnem? No, that's Gabe.
He's like, oh, I don't care. See, that's the cop out. And then the fourth way is that he's assuming that there's not going to be another card that's going to be like Needle Fiber or Link Cross or any of these broken Link 2s like Assault.
He gave a concept of the deck that already existed. It's changing the game plan. It's like most combo decks. Yeah, but my pushback was, what happens if you don't resolve? Yeah, the whole concept of his deck is, correct me if I'm wrong, Celza. Let's just tackle this fact, right? This fact. His whole concept of a deck was Cherubini Turbo, right? And the card, I'm gonna pull up what's it called. The card that he's assuming he resolves is, I mean, it's not like we didn't see this card with Ib Synchro, right? Like this card, right? What happens if you're unable to resolve this? Let's just say I ash it or something. Where's prove me, like, my pushback is, if I stop this from resolving, where's the Gumblar for 6? Okay, now again, I'm gonna give you time to respond, because according to you, this is a fact. You said fact. Prove it. Like, you said F-A-C-T, fact. You just said it in this video. So prove your fact as you just said it. I'm gonna just sit here and wait. I'm gonna just sit here and wait. Because again, you're Gabe's whole argument, which again, you guys apparently is a fact, is normal summon tour guide. Let's see. I don't really play Smash.
Good evening, Cap. What's your Smash main?
Thank you very much, Dimsum05. I don't play I don't play Smash from like I mean, I just play Smash for fun, and I haven't really played Smash in a long time. I guess my main is, well, yeah, my main is, it's kind of changed over the years with Smash games, but right now it would be Little Mac. Cap smashes his nephew. We used to body Donathan. Donathan used to, my youngest nephew, when we played, this wasn't Smash Ultimate, it was Smash on the Wii U. And Donnie used to rage quit. He was younger then, he was probably about 5-ish. And I'm not going to say he would cry, but he was kind of a crybaby. Dude, I'm still waiting for this. Because Celza, what you're saying, again, I got a call.
Now, let me elaborate on the concept build of what Gabe was talking about. We all know this list from YCS Utrecht. It came second place at the event, and it was basically Cherubini Turbo. 2 level 3s equals, like, so much crazy stuff. It ended on Appaloosa, so it played around Nibiru. It ended on Savage, and it ended on a Hope Arbinger and a Loop for 1. So, just with 2 cards. That's not even saying, oh, like, you know, he couldn't do more. He could have definitely done more. And to further elaborate on that, we've also have new Chaos cards that came out in Toon Chaos. So this deck only got better. It didn't get worse, it got better. And then on top of that, we got new Phantom Knights in the Phantom Braid set. So this combo doesn't get worse. It only gets better, and the combos only get stronger. So for Gumblar to be on top of that, it just makes this deck absurd. It makes more negates, and it makes Gumblar for 2 or even 4. So
what are we discarding? Why is that a question, by the way, we never ask? Chat, have you guys ever noticed that? I don't know. Maybe it's just me because I'm the only person on this side of the argument. Why do we never ask what we're discarding for Gumblar? I feel like most people just assume that you like just discard from your opponent's hand and you don't have to discard 4. But like, what are we discarding for Gumblar? I feel like I ask that question and I never get a response. Because it used to be you have 3 cards in your hand. Okay, fair. Again, assuming everything goes perfect. But if you have 3 cards in your hand, how are you discarding 4 from mine? You have to discard, what's it called? Use your 2 level 3s. Okay, so you have 3 cards left. Isn't Gumblar dead? Now, the argument is if Gumblar, what's it called? I'm not asking Reddit. You discard the PK that you add with the rest of the cards you have in your hand. I'm sorry, which PK is that? So you have to open with 2 level 3s plus a specific PK monster? All right, we're sounding pretty. So basically, specific 3-card combo. That sounds, holy shit, that's consistent. Are we now saying that we need a specific 3-card combo because we need 2 level 3s? I'm not just gonna give you Tour Guide every game, where you open Tour Guide every game. You're gonna just hard do Tour Guide. What's it called? No DBC. I'm not really into. I'm not trying to do DBC.
No DBC tonight. I am really not feeling it. However, I want your opinion on something. If the current meta got nuked on the ban list, suppose that they ban O-Lion Appaloosa's X-All-In. Saryuha, what would the 3 new best decks be?
Thank you very much, Lord Bakura. I don't know if that's a good ban list. Beasto, Lion, Appaloosa, Zepsil, and Saryuja? Chad, is that a good ban? I don't know. Well, obviously, what's it called? I would say that Eldorado would still be good. I don't know if that's a good ban list, Lord Bakura, because you can still Needle Fiber. Granted, you wouldn't be able to go for Megacapitalg and Beasto Lion, but I kind of feel like that doesn't. I mean, yeah, the Numeron cards would probably not be nearly as good, especially not turn 0 without Appaloosa or Zepsil. I'm not sure what the Saryuja does. Just ban Appaloosa, Herald, and Savage. It wouldn't be but it makes sense for Konami. So what's it called? Hold on, let me answer Logan first. Based on this list, I would see L-Click being incredibly strong because nothing they wouldn't have gotten touched at all. Poltergeist as well, and I don't know, man. I'm looking at Adamantivators. I believe an Adamantivator that can work perfectly fine without Mecha Fan and Beasto Lion. So that would probably be my what's it called, my top 3. Just based on that. Is this a DLC? Oh, it's a Donkey Kong song. I'm pretty sure. Music is too. I can't change that. Cloak and Boots get sent off Cherubini, Furious, etc. in the process of the combo with just 2 cards. Okay, so you make Cherubini. Alright, so 2 cards go into Cherubini. You send Boots to the graveyard. I need to see what Boots search. Boots search is Fogblade, right? How are you getting Gumblar, though? Those are my calls for hits. Yeah, Chera pass with a Fogblade. You have 4 cards. So how are you making... Okay, I guess I don't need to type. Lord Bakura, I mean, those hits are, maybe they are. I think Zexel, I mean, honest, I really just don't expect Konami to do much. Based on that, I would say first reaction, El Dorado got untouched on your list. Like, that deck would be perfectly fine. Same thing with Altergeist, and I really don't think Beasto Lion, like, I think the top decks would pretty much be the same. The only thing is, yeah, you would kill Numeron. Like, I think that engine would probably just flop. But I think it would be kind of like the same format. Like, I think if we're gonna get 4 cards banned, I think we got bigger fish to fry. Lord Bakura. Celza, I again, if you just say a combo, like, I'm not just gonna be like, all right, that's fine. Like, I'm not just gonna not question it. You say that you make Cherubini, you send one of the PKs to the graveyard. Okay, so now you have Cherubini on field and 4 cards in hand. You need to get the Gumblar. You still need 2 more monsters. I guess 2 link materials to get the Gumblar. You need 2 more cards to discard, and you still need an extender to trigger the Gumblar. Do you seriously think I'm not gonna question how you're gonna do that? Like, explain. Like, I don't give a fuck that Gabe said it. Like, prove it. If it's that simple, if the theory is that simple, then like then tell me how you're gonna do it. Like, this is why I don't understand why you just say fact. Yeah, this is why I'm not understanding how what Gabe said is a fact. Like, just tell me on paper, like, how exactly you do that. That's definitely a way Cap is too lazy to do. Chat, am I talking? Can you? Hello, am I streaming? What the fuck? Like, can you guys not hear me? I'm sorry. Like, just show me this combo.
So welcome guys to email.
Okay, I know he has a deck. That's cool. That doesn't answer the question, Celza. Unless or just tell me at the point. Show, like, is there a point on his video where he like hypothetically makes Gumblar or what? Because like that doesn't answer the question. The fact that he went Cherubini Turbo and made a bunch of negates, that's cool, but that doesn't answer anything about Gumblar. Like, I'm clearly pushing back. You do the combos similar to the combo in that video. Okay, but you need to tell me like how you find a way to make Gumblar and still end on this same field and trigger Gumblar and discard. Again, I'm not just assuming just because you say it can be done. Like, if it can be done, that you just prove it. Just Celza, you remember how you used to go on Dueling Book and just like do the combo? Just prove it. Like, I don't you guys, it feels like you guys are talking out of both sides of your mouth. if it's that easy to do, then like why is it so difficult for you guys to just do it? It feels like it should take you like 3 seconds to just get a dueling book clip. You know what I mean? Like if it feels like it should be that simple, especially because again, you said in your video, it is a fact. Facts are not hard to prove because they're facts.
To say that this combo doesn't exist without link cross, isoled, you know, needle fiber, is super, super crazy. And to assume that there's not going to be another card like Cherubini or like needle fiber or all these other cards is just ridiculous to think. And then the fifth reason is
it's at the point of the screenshot where he starts going into Gumblar and making is this? Are you talking about this bit? At what point does this guy start talking about Gumblar? Like this is from 2000.
Search linear to something free to summon curious like, effects, your effect, summon back Cherubini and send
okay.
Router effect, search tracker, and null free. This thing's in your hand. Appaloosa for 2.
Like, okay, he goes for Appaloosa. Is this where you'd make Gumblar? I guess. Yeah, it's like, is this where you'd make Gumblar? You can make Gumblar with 2 monsters, I assume, right?
Boot effect, summon Striker linked to summon Alpi.
Also can't tell how many cards he has in his hands.
Effect, summon Brotor, effect Brotor, discard 1, search linear. Brotor linked, summon Pistol.
Are the topologics are 2+? So they need 3 monsters?
Tracker. Link these 2. And the summon.
He doesn't talk about Gumblar. I'm saying after LP, he can go into Gumblar after LP.
Romulus effects.
Alright, we'll wait until he goes into LP.
Ravine effects, discard 1.
Their materials are 2+ effect monsters.
Spiral.
How many cards does he have in hand? Is this assuming that he has like 3 cards in hand or something?
Effect, switch to summon, link these 2, seize these 2, and make Harbinger. Effect tracker, pop this, summon another rocket, synchro these 2.
Alright, maybe we have to go back. He already, yeah, that's what I was wrong. I was like, I don't think he's going into LP now. Alright. Okay, hold on.
For 2. Striker linked to summon Alpi. Effect. Summon Brotor, effect Brotor, discard 1, search linear.
Okay, so how are we going into? He has 2 in his hand after the Brotar discard. Cool. That's not 4 cards, by the way. So it kind of feels like Gumblar Pass, which is apparently a meta. Apparently is an FTK according to Gabriel. So how are we making the Gumblar? Are we using all 4 cards or what?
Brotor linked.
I assume he's going to use the rest of
this effects, summon back tracker.
Hold on. He's going for
link these 2.
Link 2. We only have 3 links on field unless we're using everything.
Romulus.
Dude, where would you Gumblar, Celza? Like, hold on. We have LP. We used it for like where's Gumblar? Like where of these cards right here in hand? What are we? How are we? What are you doing for Gumblar? Again, this is supposed to be easy. You said, Celza, to quote you, and again, according to you and Gabriel, this is a fact. I'm not sure why it's so difficult. And to me, this feels like basic pushback. All I'm saying is just prove your theory. Like, show me if this is going to be the best deck of the meta or whatever. We're gonna have Gumblar plus like 10 negate. Like, just what are we using for Gumblar? Are we using all 4 monsters? How are we triggering Gumblar? We're using all the cards in our hand? What's the extender? Like, and now it feels like the stream is just dead now.
2. And the summon.
Decks don't replenish like Goki.
Romulus effect. Search Ravine.
I'm Celza, again. I'm gonna be honest. Did you make a 10-minute video without proving, without like doing the combo on paper? Because I can understand if you're making an argument that I sold won't be banned and stuff like that. I said it's a concept. It's just chaos stuff. It's easier. I don't know the exact combo. I'd have to invest time. Just go. You made a video where you called this a fact and said that I didn't have a leg to stand on because I couldn't counter Gabe's argument, which is literally the same argument you're making, which immediately, as soon as I push back on, it feels like you can't even prove your core combo. They have to discard with Appaloosa. I'm sorry. Go, chat, go call Gabe. Because again, this is his brilliant idea that y'all think, or that he thinks is auto win. Like, just prove it's auto win. Like, I give you. You said after LP, which is why we went to LP. You have 4 monsters and I guess like 3 cards in hand. Again, for you to Gumblar for 4, you got to discard 4 cards, by the way. Like, you need to make Gumblar, which right now is going to cost you your entire field, or no, at least 3 of these monsters. You still have to trigger the Gumblar, which means you have to summon another card. So of those 3 cards in hand, 1 of them has to be spent on the next summon, and then the other 2 have to be discarded. So how are you still getting Gumblar plus negates? Show me the negates. How are you going to make that? And it feels like you're using all your cards on discarding. Real cap simp. No, I'm just pushing back on the argument, because that really pissed me off when it's like, oh, well, Cap didn't have it. No, I didn't want to keep arguing with Gabe because no one was listening to what I was saying. This is not new information. If you guys want to say it's not realistic for I sold, Link Cross, and Needle Fiber to be banned, fine. But to me, those were the conditions for Gumblar coming back. If you think that Gumblar can't come back under that, then just prove it. That's all I'm saying.
Is
Gumblar for 6 plus 10. Yeah, dude. If Gumblar for 6 plus 10 negates is so, just prove it. Just prove it then.
Gumblar only exists to be degenerate. The only purpose of Gumblar is to hand loop. Literally nothing else.
I can agree with that. I don't really know if there are any practical uses for Gumblar, honestly, other than hand loop, other than, I mean, the whole point of the card is the discard effect. It's not like it really, yeah, the whole point of the card is really just the discard effect. I mean, I'll give you
like,
that.
If you think that burn cards should be banned, like, yeah, if you think burn cards should be banned, then you think that, you're gonna think that Gumblar needs to be banned. Because its only purpose is to be degenerate. And on top of that, a 6 point, it's banned in the TCG and the OCG. He was like using this excuse, oh, it's not banned in the OCG, like the OCG matters. They're 2 different games, by the way. I hate when people use that argument, that like, since the card is in the OCG, that it could be in the TCG. That's the most Papega thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah.
Almost in 2 entirely different games. Literally, almost 2 entire. The only thing that makes this game similar is, like, even the rules are not even the same. The only similarity this game has is like some of the rules and like some of the card pool. That's it. Ban list is different. Format is different. We have different cards. Like,
I agree the OCG and the TCG are different. I don't really know how much this has to do with the actual argument, so I'm gonna just skip ahead because I feel like this isn't, none of this is like
I discard. So
like Gumblar coming back.
So how are you playing with 2 cards against a deck that can just spawn that in like just like 1 card? Maxi is,
hold on.
A deck that can just spawn that in like just like 1 card. Maxi is.
All right, so your next point is, how are you playing with 2 cards against Gumblar negates off of 1 card? But my entire point was, you ain't gonna be able to Gumblar with just 1 card. Unless again, chat, if we're just assuming you're gonna open Tour Guide every single game, then yeah, more power to you. You'll be able to Gumblar win every game. But I kind of feel like I'm not just gonna be like, yeah, you're gonna open Tour Guide every. It's one specific card. I'm not gonna keep Gumblar banned just because you might open with Tour Guide. What if I just ask your Tour Guide? Do I just win? Or what if I Gamma your Tour Guide? Do I win then? You know what I mean? Like, what if Tour Guide doesn't resolve? Do I just win? Like, if you're gonna make the argument of what if I open Tour Guide? All right, what if I open Gamma? You scoop because now you have nothing past. Like, what do you
sort of more understandable, but
Goki can Gumblar you every turn. Okay, show me. And you don't get to use ISO. So if you can Gumblar me, there is no in this hypothetical argument, Pegasus. All I said is I just want 3 cards banned, just 3, not 10, not 50, not 20, just 3 cards banned. ISO, Link Cross, Crystron Alpha-Brax. That's it. If you can prove Gumblar is still broken after that, then obviously you win the argument.
But like defending Gumblar is just
I feel like Goki is not even going to be like. I don't know what you're doing with that.
Garbage. Like if you're defending Gumblar, you're just an idiot. Especially if you think that like Wind Up Hunter needs to be banned. Like that card only exists. But Goldman, it's an extra deck monster. You commit to it. Just like you have to commit to summoning Hunter, plus like monsters on the field.
You don't have to commit. I mean, what does that mean? You have to commit. You can summon Hunter from the deck with Wind Up Carriers and Mighty, Celza.
So like that argument is already like dumb. So there's literally nothing you can say to defend Gumblar. He's literally defending Gumblar for no reason. He hates combo decks. He hates hand loops, but he wants Gumblar to be legal. He's a stun player. He should want Gumblar.
Now we're just getting into personal attacks. Okay, chat. We've watched 2/3 of Celza's video. Do you guys believe that Celza has disproven my arguments on Gumblar? Yes or no? This dude never. Yeah. I mean, it sounds a little newish Yu-Gi-Oh player. When sometimes when I hear players talk about old format, you can kind of tell if they like played during that format. No, is Ibra? No, this is what's it called? Toxic Anime. All right, Anime Night. How do you believe that? Hunter should be banned. Though then Carrier can come back. Are you talking about Wind Up Carriers and Mighty? I mean, that's what they did in the OCG, but the term you have to commit to summoning carry to summoning Hunter, like I don't. What? By the way, Celza, where are you? I feel like did Celza just leave or something? Like I don't even think I'm being toxic. All I'm doing is pushing back at points that he made in his video. Like when you say you have to commit to summoning Hunter, what does that mean? You don't commit to summoning Hunter. You summon it from Wind Up Carriers and Mighty, and then you reborn it with Wind Up Rat. Like you can do it 3 times. So like what's the commitment? I'll prove the combo after I message Gabriel. Sure. If his combo involves Tour Guide, just tell him stop. Just tell him stop. Like I'm to me, okay, Celza, to be completely honest, you should not have made this video if you could not even prove that these combos, which you make the argument in your video that these combos have gotten better and they're more consistent and they'll have more negations. And then as soon as I ask you to like give me some theory on how to do it, you can't even answer. Like that feels like the basics of doing research on your own. You made a 12-minute video essentially defending your position, and it feels like as soon as I push back about it, your entire argument just crumbled. And again, this is not new. I don't believe that me wanting ISO banned or saying ISO is broken and is ban worthy, that's not new. I don't believe needle fiber should have ever been created, or they should have just kept that shit in the OCG in perpetuity. Like that's not new. Link Cross is already banned in the OCG, so that's not new either. Again, when Gabe was here and he was stating facts according to you and himself, all he basically said was, well, I can Tour Guide 1 card Gumblar for 6. My thing is just prove it. You know what I mean? You showed me a combo. I'm not gonna say there are choke points in the combo. I mean, I don't know, maybe Infinite Impermanence stops this entire thing, but I don't know. I feel like you built this whole entire argument on this being your saving grace. of this deck, and then as soon as I'm like, all right, well, show me the combo, you're just like, well, I don't know how to do the combo, and I don't know what's it called, like Psychic Wheel greater than Tour Guide. I mean, again, if you're gonna tell me that you can get 2 level 3s on field, that's easy. I'll give you that. You can play Psychic Wheeler and all that shit. You make your you can make your what's it called? You can definitely make ISO'd. I mean, not ISO'd, excuse me. You can definitely make Cherubini. You can send also like you were talking about sending the PKs to the graveyard. How are you sending the PK to the graveyard and Carbonenon? Like, you can only send one with what's it called? Go on Dueling Book. I'll show you. I don't need to go on Dueling Book. Just post the link in the chat. Yeah, just post the link in the chat. You don't need to complicate it. Just post the link in the chat. It will take me straight to Dueling Book.
So to kind of wrap everything up, Gumblar only promotes degeneracy. Its only 2 effects is to hand loop you. Does nothing else. It really does not have any purpose in the game. The 3K body, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Literally, no one summons Wind Up Hunter, just like Gumblar. I know he is capable of doing it based on playing the deck before, as I said again. I'll have him do the combo and show you at your next stream, hopefully. I mean, that's another thing, by the way. When I asked to play, when I implied like, hey, just do this combo or play against me, your immediate pushback was, well, he shouldn't play for free. Or you changed the argument to like, well, why should he have to play for free? Play for $100. Like I mean, at that point, it's like, who's making dumb stipulations? Chat, did that happen, or am I imagining that? Because I'm pretty sure on that stream, I was like, well, could you show me this combo? Or could we just play? You immediately were like, well, why should he play for free? He should like put up $100 then. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, I don't like, where did that come from? You know what I mean? We'll talk about, again, you made an entire 10-minute video, Celza, and I'm a 12-minute video. I'm sorry, where's this link at, Ibra Vane? Like, I'm sorry, chat. Why is it every time that I question, the chat seems to be making these bold statements about Gumblar? Like, Cap, I already proved it. Can I see it? No. I'll show it next. We just had someone come into the stream and say, I got the broken combos on stream. It's a lot of commit. That's where I believe you're wrong. Because if Gumblar is so egregiously broken, right? Your argument is that it is not even like, you shouldn't even contemplate bringing it back. If it's that obvious, then why are the combos that difficult? Like, it feels like you're saying you're not even entertaining the idea. Like, it's that egregious that you would even think, Cap. If it's that egregious, then your combo should be that simple. Like, they're proportional, chat. Am I wrong or am I right? Like, saying that they require a lot of commitment when you 20 minutes ago said, well, this is exactly when you could Gumblar. Like, no, it's not that much commitment. Like, you're saying now it's a ton of commitment. But what I'm saying is, 20 minutes ago, you said after he summons LP, he could Gumblar easily. Okay, well, if he could do it, then just show, like, if you already know exactly where you want to Gumblar, then just show me how you're going to Gumblar, make the negates, and then discard 2 out of my hand. Like, either it's easy or it's not. If it's not easy, then what the fuck are we talking about? It's almost like the Gumblar doesn't matter at that point. You think Jesse Cotton comes up with a broken deck and combos in 5 minutes too? It takes days and weeks to refine. I'm not looking for a refined combo. I never said anything about a refined combo. All I said is just show me the functioning combo where you use 10 cards. Again, I'm not gonna just give, I mean, you can show me a Tour Guide combo, I guess. I mean, I can probably show you a Tour Guide Needle Fiber combo that makes 10 negates. I'm not sure that Gumblar is better than that. But what I'm saying is, if you can just, if it's that easy, if Gumblar is that powerful, like, chat, how long would it take you guys, if I said Firewall's back in the game, how long would it take you guys to make a Firewall FTK? This is a question I really want an answer to, by the way. Like, if we just had Firewall come back tomorrow, how long would it take you guys to make a Firewall FTK? Or how long do you guys think it would take for a new Firewall FTK to pop up? I'm interested in the answer. In an hour? Okay. And so in an hour. So if you can make a firewall combo in an hour, how is it we've been talking about Gumblar for almost 2 weeks now, and I can't I don't think it would take an hour. I mean, outside of Azathoth, what about those Azathoth combos couldn't we do now? I feel like we would just do the same thing, maybe just not Azathoth. Like, maybe it would lose to a hand trap, but I feel like just doing the FTK, it would be basically the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, how is that any different than the Gumblar? Like, if it would only take you an hour to make a firewall FTK, like, how come we can't do these Gumblar 2-card rocket combo to make? I mean, I'm sorry, chat. If you guys expect me to just like not question it, then I think you guys are just mistaken. Celza, I look forward to that combo though. I mean, Celza gave you a concept. That's not a refined idea. Isn't that the same? No, Pegasus, because Celza told me, he's basically showing me this deck. The reason this concept doesn't work is because how's this concept any different than Atenz's deck? Atenz's deck was pumping out Gumblar with 1 card. But the problem with Atenz's deck is it didn't really, it was just Gumblar pass. It didn't do anything. And what we learned in our duels, or at least in the small experiment that we did, chat, what I believe that we found out was that Gumblar pass wasn't very good. So that was something that he theorized, and then we actually tested. It was a concept, just like what Celza has. It was a concept, but when we actually tested it, it fell apart. Now, what Celza is saying, Celza again is giving me a concept, and I'm just telling, and I'm like, we're trying to test it. Like, is it gonna fall apart or not? You know what I mean? What I'm not going to do is I'm not just going to blindly buy your concept, and I'm not going to accept it as a fact. Again, this is what you and Gabriel both, by the way, said. I find that so fucking pretentious that you would say fact. A fact is something that you can literally prove. What is the definition of the word fact?
Fact.
A thing that is known or proved to be true. A fact is something that you can prove to be true. So then why can't you prove it to be true? Gabriel said, and I quote, I'm just giving facts. That's what he said verbatim. Celza says it is a fact. How come you can't prove your facts? Like, I don't understand why it takes weeks to prove. Like, if it's a fact, it's something that, what's the word? Scientists don't have proof in 5 minutes. That's because they're not facts. That's because scientists don't call something a fact until it has been scientifically proven. It is a theory and nothing more. That's also Celza again. It is a theory and nothing more. It is not a fact until you can prove it. Like, what I just told you is literally a fact. What I just told you is literally a fact. Like, if a scientist can't prove it, it's not a fact, my friend. And you two just claimed that you had facts. And now when I question them, you can't prove them. It's almost like they're not facts. And you both have been beating on your chest, despite the fact that you can't prove your theories at all. So, and again, you went so far as to make an entire video about this. Scientists also use concepts to prove facts. I agree. I 100% agree, Celza. That is exactly what you guys should be doing. But again, you're both stating this as it's so easy, right? Like, Gumblar, it's so easy to break that shit. If it's so easy, then just do it. Cap is 100% correct here. Yeah, I mean, if you call it a fact and you can't prove it, it's not a fact. Like, I'm not gonna get into the semantics of arguing fact here. I just want to prove, because I've always thought mainly one of my core arguments, or my core beliefs with topologic Gumblar, is it's a boss monster that requires a lot of resources to summon, right? It's a Link 4, and then on top of that, you have to have an extender plus 2 more cards. The actual investment for Gumblar is one of the highest in the game. Like, for what you have to put into that card. That's why I really don't see the card as like that broken. It's, people compare it to the Lincoln-Do. Well, the Lincoln-Do is 1 card. It's not a Link 4 plus an extender plus 2 discards. It's just a spell you activate. but don't call them facts. That's the entire point. I mean, you do that in your video. These are just basic pushbacks. So as I would do this, I would question and push back anyone. You know what I mean? I would push back like this against anyone. I mean, again, we'll find out. Chat, I'm not running. We'll find out on Thursday. Is Thursday an acceptable time frame, chat? Do you guys feel like that's an acceptable time frame to break Gumblar? Again, I don't even feel like my conditions of know those 3 cards is really all that unacceptable. I think ISO's gonna end up getting banned because I think Warriors is too strong of a type. To me, it's very similar to something like Reinforcements of the Army. Like, that card's never fucking going back to 3 because Warriors are just too damn strong. Give them 2 weeks? Really? Would it take you 2 weeks to prove, chat? Would it take, so they need 2 weeks. Would it take you guys 2 weeks to prove that Firewall's broken? Or would you be able to prove it in 2 hours? Like, I feel like if it's that egregious, I feel like it shouldn't take you 2 weeks. You know, give them a year. True. 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 I think we're gonna head out. I mean, Celza, I'm not gonna be toxic. I'm not gonna dislike your video. I'm also not gonna like it because I don't know. I feel like I just proved some of your points in the video. Yeah, I'm not gonna be toxic. I'm not gonna dislike it. I feel like everything that I said was not new. Even the argument where I stopped arguing with Gabe, again, it's because the chat, like, you guys just wouldn't listen to me. I mean, these weren't new things. We did watch the whole video, Celza. You said to wrap up this video. We watched every part of that. If I'm not, you said to wrap up this video, like the last 2 minutes, I'm not, it feels like you're just restating.
And I already showed you that it's possible to put up negate with discarding. Discard.
I want to replay this. Hold on. This is what Celza says he already showed us. Which, by the way, he did not. That's one point. That's the biggest point, Celza. Arguing about semantics, like what's Gumblar, if Gumblar is that's not relevant to that's honestly not relevant to the argument. Is Gumblar a degenerate? That's not relevant to the argument. Is ISOL going? That's not relevant to the argument either. Like the argument is under the conditions of these 3 cards being banned, Topologic Gumblar Dragon should be unbanned, or I personally believe, or it can be unbanned. Maybe should or should it be banned? Like, I guess that's kind of irrelevant too. But the pushback that I've gotten is no, Cap, it will break the game. You say right here, I've already proven that I can summon Topologic. Issue a challenge to the Yu-Gi-Oh community. Put about now you're being unreasonable. You're talking about like, well, Cap, pay $100. Now I'm not paying any money out of my pockets, chat. To me, it's not that serious. When you guys start jumping to like, well, pay what's it called? Well, what if you don't prove it? Are you gonna pay me? You know what I mean? It's not. Oh man, you got that's what I feel. I feel like you guys are what's it called? You don't have to pay no one. No, yeah, now you guys are like, well, pay someone. Like, listen to what you say, Celza. This is coming out of your own mouth.
That it's possible to put up negate. And I already showed you that it's possible to put up negate with discarding. Discard. Except you didn't
do that. You're saying that you're saying I already showed you that it's possible to put up negates plus, I mean, except you didn't do that at all in your video. At least, maybe you're gonna do it later, but you haven't done that, like, at all. So, like, what? You know what I mean? Like, you haven't done that. You've given us a theory of a deck that didn't summon Gumblar, and you're saying that it can shift Gumblar in it. Something that has not been proven at all, and that is complete theory that apparently hasn't been tested at all to where you guys don't even know the plays. I did show you I mean, anything is possible, Celza. You can get all 5 pieces of but does that make it good? Does that make it ban-worthy?
For the game. We even seen that the Infernoble combo with the smoke grenade is also not healthy, and it discards 2, it discards 4, and it's very consistent. This is the same thing with Gumblar.
I mean, I don't really know how that applies. I don't think that does that discard 4 cards. I've seen the Infernable combo. I think you only take 2 cards out of your hand. I don't know what this has to do with Gumblar, to be honest. And that Infernable combo uses like all it uses ISO'd, it uses all it does. It discards every turn. Okay, fair enough. But it also uses all the cards that like are not applicable to this situation. So how are they comparable?
Gumblar is not healthy.
It's like two different. It's to me, it's even though they do the same thing, or hypothetically they do the same thing, it doesn't feel like an apples to apples comparison.
Game. Why would you want this in the format? It just does not make sense. It really doesn't help your argument, and it really goes against who you are as a player. You're a
this is all irrelevant. You should not be looking at me as a player making an argument. That like what does me as a player have to do with anything? Like if a Celza made this argument, would we have to evaluate a Celza's likes and dislikes as a player? Or what about Nixon? Like what is me as a stun or control? Like what does that have to do with anything? I feel like that's literally nothing to do with it coming back. Like the only thing you should be worrying about is simply proving that without a shadow of a doubt, or to the best of your ability, that Gumblar should not come back, and this is the reason why. Because this play right here is consistent, powerful, and will win the game almost or more often than not. Like it's really just that simple. All of this other stuff about CapG being a control, like no, what the fuck does that do with anything? You're still streaming?
Stun players do not like getting hand looped. You could say like, oh, I'm gonna open up, you know,
what's up, Carp? How are you doing
get attack directly, get, you know, Faker. I'm gonna have a trap, and then, you know, get perceived.
Bounty is just an incentive.
It's not gonna always end up in your way. You're not always.
If you can prove me wrong that Gumblar is broken, I will upload your video on my channel.
So to say, yeah, you're only discarding the worst cards in your hand because you're choosing.
You keep sticking to your argument and not. So Celza, what you're talking about is not like it's not relevant. No, like I don't accept that. Me being a stun player or a comp, like that has nothing to do with, that has nothing to do. The core point that we are arguing, simply put, is whether or not it would be okay for Topologic Gumblar Dragon to return to Yu-Gi-Oh! If I sold Halifibrax and Link Cross are banned. What type of deck CapG plays or what type of player has nothing to do with that. It's not relevant. You just stuck to your point. Link Cross isn't banned, Fibrax isn't banned, ISOD isn't banned. Fair enough. If then we really don't have any, if you can't accept the small condition that I make, then we really don't have anything to debate on, because we can't even accept proper guidelines. But you and Gabriel took it upon yourself to accept that, even if I can't prove you. No, you and Gabriel took it upon yourself. What Gabriel said is, no, even with those conditions, it would still be banned. It would still be broken. And I say, prove it. Like when you said that, you took upon those conditions. You even say in this video, Celza, that it would still be broken. And now you're going back. You're basically, you're like retroactively trying to like not accept that condition. That's something we already agreed on. Like, how can you go back and say, what's it called? You're still arguing about Gumblar? Nah, I just what's it called? I mean, if you, Celza, bring Gabriel to this stream on Thursday. This was Gabe Vargas. This is Gabe Vargas. What's up, Gabe? I mean, I'm pretty sure, weren't you under the name? I don't believe that that's Gabe, because I mean, wasn't Gabe under the name Gabe the last time? Please don't. I don't know what point you're saying that you just proved me wrong, but what I'm saying, am I wrong on my other points? Some of your points are, Celza, to be completely honest, some of your points are just so irrelevant. Like the whole I sold point. Again, we've already accepted the common ground of these 3 cards will be banned. So we can't, like, what's up, Payne? How you doing? We can't go back and be like, we can't go back and argue the validity of I sold being banned when you guys have already accepted. No, they're not. I didn't accept it.
It was kind of like, makes your point in the argument of, oh, then the thing about it is that Fiber the Link Gumblar in the same 4 can Gumblar and have negate. And on top of that, even with his conditions.
All right, Celza. So you don't accept my point. You don't accept my point of what's it called. Are you or are you not about to say, even with those 3 cards banned, it's still broken? Because if you say that, that's literally that's literally saying that you can prove or that you can prove Gumblar is broken under the conditions. Now, 5 minutes after you posting the video, you're saying that you can't. Let's see what you say. These are your own words.
Gabe came in chat and he literally showed him that you can Gumblar and have negate.
Okay. Which, by the way, he didn't. Why are you focusing on? My head's gonna explode, chat. I think I'm gonna end the stream. Celza, you just said I don't do not accept ISO'd link cross and needle fiber being banned. But I can prove, Gabe literally can prove that it's broken. Which is it? Is it broken without the cards, or is it not broken without the cards? If you take out Gumblar becomes irrelevant. I'm sorry, that's exactly what I'm saying. Okay, then wait, move on. I'm sorry, wait for what? I will prove. You, please, you should prove it. You just said, listen to what your words are.
And then on top of that, even with his conditions,
even with my condition, you are now accepting with my condition. You are now accepting my condition. So these are your words, so I'm not manipulating. You're saying even with my conditions, even with ISO'd needle fiber and Halifibrax banned, or excuse me, link cross banned, this is what you say.
Gabe came in chat and he literally showed him that you can Gumblar and have negate.
Which didn't happen, by the way. If he literally showed me, then why is it taking almost an hour to just see that then? Like if I don't know, maybe you can speak for yourself, but it sounds like Gabe, it sounds like Gabe has accepted the condition that Gumblar is still broken, even with these cards out of the game. Like you're saying, well, Cap, I made 6 points, but they're not good. Like every point is not equivalent, Celza. Because he's not here, I don't think it ever happens. He talked about a tour guide combo that could go. I remember. It's not like I have amnesia or something. Like, dude, I was here too. You know what I mean? And Celza, you're saying, well, that's only one of my points. Except you don't seem to understand all your points are not equivalent. Like this to me feels easily like the biggest point in the argument. He said 2 level 3s as well. After that in chat. Yeah, I'm giving you that. You're gonna open with 2 level 3s, and you're gonna. I mean, we know at least the starter of his combo. You're gonna go 2 level 3s, and you're gonna go into Cherubini. You were talking about dropping a Phantom Knight in the graveyard. He said something completely different. So your combo seems to already split from or divert from his. Again, I just kind of need to know how the rest of the combo is going to play out. I don't think you made very good points. That's just my argument. Was Goki the only proficient and what's it called? Oh, proficient. Excuse me. Proficient in looping your hand while maintaining advantage. Was Goki? Are you asking if? I mean, Thunder Dragons could use it. Yeah, Thunder Dragons could use it, but they also had Fairy Tale Snow and they had Soul Charge. Those cards aren't legal anymore. So again, like, I don't know if they could do that with those cards not being legal anymore. Like, yeah. Burning Abyss are level 3 as well. Chat. you guys have a very good night. So how exactly am I proving you wrong so I can? I'm not streaming the stream. Please don't ask for a stream.
Celza Holy Rainbows just did the combo. If you're gonna do it, and stop talking about it, or I am gonna play more Gangplank Galleon on Dono to cease the molding.
Thank you very much, Lord Bakur. I'm about to end the stream. So how exactly am I proving you wrong so I can tell him so he should show? You're not. Oh, you mean how can you disprove my argument? Just prove what you have him do what he said he was. Have him do exactly what he said he could do. play in a format or show me a deck constructed in a format without the 3 cards. You know what the cards are. Show me a combo that can consistently make Gumblar plus negates and also loot 4 cards out of my hand. Like, that's what you said, Celza. I'm not asking for something extraordinary. This is you literally saying that you can do that.
Conditions. Gabe came in chat and he literally showed him that you can Gumblar and have negate.
Fucking do that. If Gabe literally showed me that he can Gumblar and have negate, then why can't then just have him do that? Like, there you go. If he can do it, then do it. Like, I'm not sure why that's so difficult. Show me the Gumblar, show me the 4 negates, or excuse me, show me the 4 discards, show me the negations, and also show me how you're going to get. Don't tell me that you can do it, just show me. You can tell me anything. Like, you just said he can literally do it. So why is it such a difficult thing to just have me show? It's like it's like when a teacher says show your work. Like, just show it. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. And we know the conditions. You said that he could do it under this ban list, which means you have accepted the condition of ISO being banned, which means this whole first part of the video is irrelevant. So don't argue like, well, I made 6 points and you've disproven 1. The second point disproves the first point because we've already accepted ISO's banned. Chat, you guys have a very good night. By the way, none of this is it frustrates me that all of this stuff that I'm saying was completely ignored when we debated Gumblar, which I know it's ignored because Celza basically says so. This Neva is still streaming. I'm sorry. I get heated when it comes to these debates. I mean, this is all theoretical, but if you're just gonna act like if you're just gonna act like what you're saying is facts, then you should be able to prove them as facts. It's just that simple. Chat, have a very good night. We'll be back on Thursday. If nothing else, chat, I will simply stream on Thursday just so that we can get some type of conclusion on this Gumblar. With those conditions, people can still try to use Gumblar, but it will be fragile. Yeah, that's actually one of my points. My point is that I believe people will be able to find a way to use Gumblar, but it's not going to be very good. It's going to be so scuffed that it's going to be like, why the fuck are we even doing? Like, this is worse. This is worse than the stuff that we can do with other. Yeah, I think it's going to be shockingly bad, and it's going to be worse than they thought it would be. Chat, you guys have a very. No, I'm not going to ban Celza. I love Celza. I'm not going to ban Celza.